In a quest to build a better Africa and a better world, the ANC's International Relations document entitled In Pursuit of Progressive Internationalism in a Changing World acknowledges that international relations will continue to play a central role in pushing for South Africa's development. But it also warns that the spike of xenophobic attacks in South Africa, increasingly politicized by political formations, poses a serious risk to internal stability.
South Africa as a nation can never afford to be xenophobic towards anybody. However, South Africa must also be conscious of its own internal dynamics, which causes some of these problems. I mean, you are talking about that incident, for instance, that happened where there were these 6 girls who were raped, and the issue is that the people who were arrested were foreign nationals. How do we balance between those who are in South Africa properly and legally and abiding by the prescripts of our own constitutions, our own laws, and so how do we balance that between those who come into the country illegally?
The party says the Russian military operation in Ukraine has turned into a costly war, with NATO indirectly involved through the unprecedented supply of lethal weapons as part of the larger Western support for Ukraine against Russia. And this has a bearing on global geopolitics and has an impact on South Africa and Africa. International relations experts say the governing party must reposition this key area.
The ANC will have to think very seriously about how it repositions international relations as a cross-cutting arena within the ANC's day-to-day work. The ANC will also have to think very seriously about how it actually builds its own internal capacity to advance its international relations program moving forward and not become overly dependent on the state. And as it does that, it will also have to sharpen its monitoring and evaluation when it comes to actually the implementation of its international relations resolutions.
The ANC also says it's quite clear about one China policy.
China, for instance, sometimes gets to be unhappy with the issue of Taiwan and says, what exactly are you doing? Because you say you have a one China policy, but now you are engaging with Taiwan, and we see some of the Taiwanese people coming here. We make it very clear that the African National Congress still stands very firm on the one China policy.
The ANC further pledges solidarity with the people of Palestine and Western Sahara and says South Africa must fortify South-South cooperation. The governing party adds that as South Africa gears up to be the next BRICS chair in 2023, it must prioritize pressing challenges facing the country and the world. Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.